Chris Conrad is an author, a court-qualified cannabis expert, and publisher of the West Coast Leaf. He's been doing this as long as we have, maybe longer. Chris Conrad.
Thank you, Vivian, and hello, Seattle! Hey, did I mention how much I love you guys? You know what I love about it so much is that we're down in California. In 1996, we put Proposition 215 on the ballot and legalized medical marijuana in the state. And 2 years later, you guys came right up, stepped up to the plate and voted to legalize medical marijuana here in Washington State. So you're like a little buddy up the hill there that we just keep an eye out. We say, come on and join us when you get the chance.
I remember.
You know, the march to legalization, it's a long march. It's not a straight trip like a lot of people think. A lot of people in California right now think that the way that you legalize marijuana is that somewhere there's a cliff, and the cliff is legal, and on one side it's illegal, and then at some point you're going to walk and walk and come to the edge of that cliff and you step off, and it's going to be a straight plunge right down, right down, right down, and you hit legalization. I am here to tell you that's not the way it works. When you step off a cliff, it's bad news. You're going to get hurt. The way you get to legalization is you take the steps one at a time and you make the progress forward. For 5 years, Jack Hare and I marched up and down the state of California, educating people to put the California Hemp Initiative on the ballot, and we were never able to do it. And we were saying, you know, we got to get it all, we got to get it all. But then along came Proposition 215, and it wasn't all. It was just medical marijuana. And we said, well, we'll do it. And shoulder to shoulder, we took California back and gave it to the people of California to have that freedom. With Dennis Perona, we fought and we struggled, and then we thought, well, this is nice. A few people who have medical need, they get in trouble, they get busted, they can go to court and they get an offense, and we said, that's not enough. And so we went to the legislature, and we struggled, and we went back year after year for 7 years in a row to the legislature, and then we got SB 420 that allows dispensaries to sell marijuana for patients around the state of California. And now here we are in the great year of 2010, and we have Proposition 19 on the ballot in California. Proposition 19, that was the same number that the California Legalization Initiative had in 1972. We come back 38 years later and we get the same number, like it's a sign from the universe. Like I said the first time, maybe you didn't do enough work, but now you've done the work. Now it's time for history to change. We are the fulcrum, the pivot point in California, ready to move forward. And it's not a leap into the void. It is a step of modest change, but it's a step that will make the stigma go away. The big stigma that what's so bad about marijuana? Well, it's illegal. November the 3rd in California, that may turn out no longer to be true. And then I'm going to come back here, and I'm going to hear in 2011 that this very state, Washington, and the people here from the Hempfest coalesced and stood together to step forward and legalize marijuana here in Washington State. And so we marched around the state. We do the Million March for Marijuana around the world. We take step by step forward into the future. It takes a lot of stuff, and here's something you might not want to hear, but it's true, is it takes money. Like Hempfest needs your money, you need to put some money into Hempfest to have Hempfest. If you want California to legalize marijuana so that you can legalize marijuana up here, we need some money to come down to California to help Prop 19. Money is the oil of politics. I'm not into oil. Okay, but when it comes time to lubricate the gears of justice, we can't keep giving it our blood. We have to give it our money. We have to give it our sweat. We have to lubricate history in order for us to move forward. And so I ask you now, will you join me? Will you join Jack Hare? Will you join Amsterdam and step into the future? Well, we're ready for you, so come with us. I'm Chris Conrad. Read about history as it changes. Read the West Coast Leaf. Thank you for your time, and thank you, Hempfest! Woo! Chris Conrad.